Guys, listen, if you thought last week was a big week for earnings, you are in for something else. This week we have Lowe's on Tuesday, Dick's Sporting Goods as well. Same with BJ's Wholesale Club. Then on Wednesday, are you guys ready for this? We have NVIDIA, we have Snowflake, Splunk, XPeng, which is a Chinese EV company. And on Thursday, we have Costco, Ulta, Best Buy, and Dollar Tree. I think this week is a lot more important than last week. That's just me. But overall, we have a lot to break down in this video. We're going to break down the charts here, the stock charts, the earnings estimates, revenue, EPS, all that good stuff. And we'll break down what I'm looking to do in the market. So without further ado, let's just dive right into the video. So jam-packed week this week for earnings, guys. And we're only going to talk about 10 companies in this video. I mean, there are a lot of other ones we could talk about. Maybe I'll do a part 2. Let me know in the comments if you guys want me to do a part 2. I would be glad to do that. But overall, we have a lot to talk about, so let's just dive right into it. On Monday, we have Zoom Communications, guys. You remember that company, Zoom, the video chat company, if you will, whatever the heck you want to call it, which honestly has no moat whatsoever. I mean, you guys know Google has, I just knocked my phone over. Google has something called Google Meet. People use that. Microsoft has its own. I mean, Slack has its own. It's very, it's a very, let's just say, competitive space, and Zoom has been getting destroyed. Their stock price at one point, I believe, was over 400, which is nuts. Oh my God, it was over 580. It was almost at $600 per share. Now it's at $69 per share, and it actually got down to about $60. That was about a week, 2 weeks ago. When was that? Yeah, back in the beginning of this month, about 2 weeks ago, it was at $62 per share. And if you guys caught my Michael Burry video a couple videos ago, we talked about how he just bought Zoom, or he owns a big position in Zoom. I forget if he added or just bought it. Either way, he owns Zoom based on his last 13F filing, and I'm assuming he's going into a company that's out of favor, which it is out of favor, and that's what he's doing. I mean, that's kind of his style. You guys, if you saw that video, the 13F video we made, you should go check it out if you didn't. But he bought a lot of regional banks. He's essentially buying these companies that are beaten down, out of favor. Nobody wants to touch them, and he's kind of banking on maybe a turnaround. So I guess he's bullish on Zoom. That's if, maybe, that's considering he didn't sell yet. He might have sold by now, but let's just say he's still holding. I guess he's bullish on Zoom, which maybe that's a sign that there could be something here that we're not looking at, or we're not seeing, or maybe we're overseeing, or maybe he's just in it as a trade, Michael Burry. And honestly, I think it's more of a trade for him. I doubt he's looking to hold Zoom for the long term. I don't know, I could be wrong, but either way, he's in Zoom right now. And, they're looking to do EPS on Monday morning, I believe they report, or after the bell. They're after the bell. So they're looking to do EPS of 99 cents on revenue of $1.08 billion, which would be up around, get ready for this, guys, drum roll please, 0.9%. Yes, you heard that right. The company that was growing crazy like a freaking I don't even know what to compare it to, but but it was growing like crazy. Now it's pretty much breaking even year over year on revenue, barely growing. With inflation, I guess it's technically going down, you could argue, right? So yeah, guys, that's a quick breakdown on these estimates. And when it comes down to the stock chart, guys, it is breaking out of the moving averages. Although the the EPS, the revenue estimates are not supposed to be great, the stock price, the chart is looking pretty decent. I mean, we're above the moving averages for the first time in about 3 months, which is crazy, since the last time we were above the moving averages on this time frame, at least, was back in the end of February, early March. So we're talking about 2.5, 3 months ago. So yeah, that's a good sign that we're starting to break out, but we're very much so, you guys know what I'm getting at here, in this downtrend still. We're still in this downtrend. You guys can see, if I draw it out, we're still under that point. So if we start reversing above, let's say, $75, we start taking the highs out from the end of March, early April, all right, maybe at that point we start reversing. But right now, we're not showing any signs of that. And, we're still struggling under the trend line. So keep that in mind. Even this past week, we had a pretty good week. And honestly, the last couple of weeks have been good, 2 roughly weeks here for Zoom. But it's still struggling to break out of that, trend line. So Zoom's on Monday. On Tuesday, we have Lowe's, which you guys probably saw Home Depot's earnings last week. They weren't the best. Lowe's ended up going down, I believe, on those earnings, funny enough, which makes sense. I mean, these companies are very similar. So yeah, we saw a gap down. That must have been on Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday went down to 193, and it actually recovered throughout the rest of the week. It got back over 200. It actually got to 210 on Friday morning, closed at around, where did it close at? 206. So Lowe's ended up going up around 7% from where it bottomed out at on Tuesday morning to where it closed at. Not bad. And that's heading into this week when they report earnings on Tuesday morning, I believe. Let me double check that, though. They're probably in the morning. Yeah, Tuesday morning on the 23rd of May, they're looking to do EPS of 99 cents on revenue of $1.08 billion, which would be up around 0.9%. Hold on a second. Did I mistake my notes here, guys? Holy crap. I think I might have wrote the same EPS and revenue that I did on Zoom here for Lowe's. There's no way Lowe's is doing 1.08 billion. Hold on. Let me fix this for you guys, and I'll be right back. Yeah, guys, that was my mistake completely. So Lowe's is actually doing EPS of $3.45 on revenue of $21.64 billion on average. These are all average estimates, so not $1 billion. That's Zoom. Again, that's Zoom, the last stock we talked about. Lowe's is looking to do $21.64 billion, and their sales is looking to come down roughly 8.5% year over year. So do expect a decline in sales here on Lowe's, for Lowe's rather, and their stock chart, guys, is not looking the best. Right now, we are clearly in a kind of a downtrend, if you will, downtrending channel. And on top of that, clear as day, what do we have, guys? You probably see it. We have a head and shoulder. So you guys can see we're trading in this downwards channel, and we have a head and shoulders. We have the left shoulder right there. The head's right there. Boom. Just to draw it out for you guys to show you all, and the right shoulder right there. So that's where we're trading at right now. And to be honest, there's a lot of upwards let's just say resistance at around 215, and clearly we failed at that point. We've been failing the past couple of weeks, and honestly the past couple of months. So keep that in mind here on Lowe's. Numbers have to come out, and then we'll see what direction it does end up picking. So that is LOW. Another one that I'm looking at here is Dick's Sporting Goods, ticker symbol DKS, which is down a lot heading into this week. Last week it was at, or about actually more like a month ago, it was at 150. Now we're at 126. So we're down $25 pretty much, or around 17% heading into these earnings, which actually could be opening up for a potential opportunity. I'm not saying for sure, but let's just say earnings are not that bad, or maybe they're better than expected, because now we're down 18%, 17% heading into earnings. Maybe they're pretty decent. Guidance is all right. And maybe we do, maybe we're setting ourselves up for a massive spike back here on Dick's Sporting Goods, DKS. Maybe, just maybe, guys. I'm not saying for sure, but I'm saying watch out for it on Tuesday morning, as they are set to report EPS of 3.17, so $3.17, on revenue of $2.81 billion, which would be up around 4%. Not too bad there for Dick's Sporting Goods. And, of course, it's not amazing, but it's a lot better than certain companies that are declining or seeing their revenues decline year over year. So keep your eyes on it, guys. It's pretty beaten down, still holding up, the uptrend pretty nicely here on the 4-hour. So I'm going to be watching that heading into Tuesday. I believe they're after the bell, or what? Before the bell? Yeah, they're before. So they're Tuesday morning. So Monday heading into Tuesday, guys, watch out for that. Let's see. The next one, I believe, is BJ's Wholesale Club, ticker symbol BJ. Then we'll talk about Costco here in a second. They're on Thursday. That's a big company, guys. I really want to own that stock at some point, but for me, it's a little too overvalued here, and it's one of those companies that trades at a premium, it seems like, all the time. So at some point, I guess I'm just going to have to bite the bullet and buy it on a dip, even though it might not be the best value. Anyway, we'll talk about that here in a second. But overall, BJ's Wholesale Club, they're on Tuesday as well. Let me double check. They're probably in the morning. Yeah, they're in the morning as well. So all these guys, Lowe's, Dick's Sporting Goods, and BJ's, they're in the morning on Tuesday, and they're looking to do EPS of 85 cents on revenue of $4.8 billion, up 6.7% year over year. So not bad for BJ's, guys. And I suspect Costco's earnings, let me see here. Yeah, they're going to be growing revenue as well. We'll talk about them in a second. But overall, guys, look, BJ's down a good amount from around 80, actually more like 78.50, so a little under 80, but it went all the way from 78.50 all the way down to about $69. That was as of, what was that, the 16th of last week, which was on Tuesday or Wednesday, whatever day that was. We hit $69. That was a drop of 12%. So this one, kind of like Dick's Sporting Goods, is in a spot where it's very beaten down heading into earnings, where if earnings come out, not bad, and, the guidance is decent, or maybe just on par with what it was before last quarter, that could cause these stocks to make a move. Maybe. I'm speculating. I don't know. I could be wrong. But, I'm kind of watching that here for BJ and Dick's Sporting Goods, and we'll see. I mean, they're both on Tuesday morning, guys, like I said, and this one is under the moving averages, so keep that in mind. We are seeing a death cross as well, so also keep that in mind. But, we're pretty oversold. We're pretty beaten down. So maybe a relief rally could be sparked. Let's see. That is ticker symbol BJ. The next one I want to cover is NVIDIA, which is on Wednesday. And actually, before we dive into NVIDIA, if you have not gone up to 15 stocks yet for Moomoo, what are you waiting for? Feel free to use that link down below, or simply go to StasSurfest.com/Moomoo. Listen, guys, once you open up an account with them, you get one free share of stock right off the bat. And once you fund your account with at least $100, you get 4 more stocks, totaling 5 stocks, and fund your account with at least $1,000, guys. It gets better. You get 10 stocks, 10 more stocks, totaling 15 free stocks. So if you guys want some free money, some free stocks, who doesn't like free money, and you want to help out the channel, use that Moomoo link down below, or again, go to StasSurfest.com/Moomoo. It is greatly appreciated, guys. And with that being said, let's talk about NVIDIA, which, guys, right now, like I said in my video last night, I'm not sure if you caught it, but I think NVIDIA is fairly overbought, and you guys are probably agreeing with me. Maybe not. Maybe you think NVIDIA needs to shoot up to 350 before a pullback. I don't know. But honestly, guys, I think it's pretty overbought, and this is the opposite scenario of Dick's Sporting Goods and BJ's Wholesale Club, right? If we get earnings that are not that great, this massive run that we've seen could reverse like that. We can get a pullback, and quite frankly, we need a pullback, but that could be what sparks the pullback. Maybe earnings aren't as great as expected. Maybe guidance is subpar, right? Maybe then we'd come down to 285, 290, 300, which again, I think that would be pretty healthy considering how much this stock has gone up over the past couple of weeks. I mean, look, just in the last week alone, it is up around 11%, 10%. That is pretty insane. And of course, there's a lot of money right now, like we talked about in my video last night, flooding into AI stocks or companies that have their hands in AI. Their future, part of their future at least, is going to be AI. People are flooding into those stocks. There's a reason why NVIDIA is up a ton in the last week. There's a reason why Google is up, I think, 18% in the past month, right? These stocks have been going crazy, and they are overbought, and I do suspect a pullback, and maybe NVIDIA's earnings will spark the pullback. We'll see. I mean, they're looking to do EPS of 92 cents on revenue of $6.52 billion. That'd be down 21.4%, so expect a decline in revenue, a substantial decline year over year. Maybe if we get worse guidance on revenue, again, that's going to cause this stock to come down. We'll see. Nothing's guaranteed. I don't know exactly what's going to happen. I'm just speculating, guys, on what I believe. So the next stock here is Snowflake, ticker symbol SNOW. And by the way, if you guys are finding value, hit that like button. Feel free to subscribe. I appreciate you all, as always. Without you guys, this channel will not be possible. Seriously, without you, this will not be possible. You guys are awesome. So Snowflake, guys, this is a company that I believe Buffett still owns a good amount of. I mean, you guys probably remember he was buying it right around the IPO, and quite frankly, I forgot if he still owns it or not. I have to look at the 13F filing. Either way, Snowflake is a company out there that competes with Palantir, that competes with a lot of other companies, and this is another stock that's done very freaking well. From $143 back in the beginning of this month, not even 3 weeks ago, guys, it went all the way up to $185. We're talking a move of 28%, and now it's starting to pull back. On Friday, it went down 4%, so they're looking to do EPS, and I believe they're reporting on Wednesday. Yeah, same day as NVIDIA. They're after the bell on Wednesday. They're looking to do EPS of 5 cents. All right, profitable, not bad. On revenue of $608.36 million, up 44%. You heard that right, 44% year over year. So they're going to be growing like a freaking weed year over year, guys, and they're probably going to continue to grow. I mean, look, their EPS, or not their EPS, well, I guess their EPS as well, but their revenues are not in the multi-billions quite yet, where once a company of that nature gets to, 10 billion in revenue or whatever, right? We're just throwing numbers around. They don't grow as fast. It's kind of like when a company gets bigger, the bigger it gets, the slower it grows. I mean, for the most part, right? And that's kind of where Snowflake is. It's not that big yet. It's going to be a big company one day, probably. At least it hopes so. I'm not an owner of Snowflake, but I think you guys that do own the stock, you do have a pretty good thesis. If you're a bull, right? I can see where you're coming from. Maybe I'll own it one day. I don't know. But, the bigger a company gets, the slower it grows. And Snowflake's more of I don't want to say a small company, but it's not small by any means. But it's got a nice runway to go. Let's just put it that way. So they're on Wednesday after the bell, and again on Friday it went down 4%. It's pulling back a little bit. Let's see what happens here in the mid 170s, low 170s. Maybe it starts coming down mid 160s. It's going to be interesting. Then on Thursday, we have Costco, which I'm super excited about. Like I said earlier in the video, this company always trades at a premium, and now, it is down a good amount from the all-time high. I think the all-time high is 612. So yes, it is down about $120 or whatever it is, 118, whatever it is, which is 18%. But still, guys, it's not down enough to make it a screaming bargain value, which honestly, we might never get Costco at that price because, again, it always trades at a premium. It seems like whenever it gets to a decent value, the algorithms gobble it up, the institutions gobble it up, a lot of people start gobbling it up, then it starts going back up again. And there's no doubt about it, when it was at 612, that was a complete bubble, no doubt about it, which, and honestly, now that I'm looking back, I should have added a little bit here on this dip to the low 400s. That should have been a spot where I bought, but of course, shoulda, woulda, coulda, guys. Hindsight's 2020. We didn't know what was going to happen, but overall, we'll see now. We'll see now what's going to happen because we're in a wedge and we have to pick direction. Whether we break out a 510, 520, we start ripping back mid 500s, high 500s, which in that case, I'm probably not going to buy Costco for the long term at those levels, right? But if we start dumping under the wedge here, we start going down low 400s again, under 400, which would be awesome. That's where I'm going to be buying it. At least where I'm looking to start a position, right? So they're on Thursday in the morning, I believe they report, and they're always in the morning, right? Or maybe they're not. Let me see. Let's see here, guys. Actually, no, they're not in the morning. They're after the bell. Oops, my bad, guys. They're looking to do EPS of $3.30, which is nice. All right, on revenue of $54.64 billion, up 3.9% year over year. Not bad. So they're not going to be growing a lot, but of course, they're not going to be seeing revenues decline, which is good. So the next one I'm looking at on Thursday is Ulta, which, holy crap, guys, this stock's been on fire. The company is doing very well. So they're looking to do $6.86 in EPS on revenue of $2.62 billion. Are you guys ready for this? Up 41%. You heard that right, 41% year over year. Unbelievable. So they're down a lot recently. It's been very recent. The past, no joke, 2-3 weeks, the stock went from what, $555 now to $490. So it is down about 11%, 12%. So it is at a point where we're noticing a bullish divergence. You guys probably see that here on the R side down below. And we're noticing R sides making higher highs, higher lows, but the stock is still getting crushed. On Friday, it went down 4%, so maybe we do get a recovery. And again, it is pretty oversold. So I'm looking to see if maybe we start consolidating a little bit before earnings. I'm not going to jump in before earnings. I'm not gambling on earnings, guys. I used to do that a lot. I've mentioned that before. But we'll see, what it does after earnings. Once we get guidance, EPS, revenue, even if it means we miss the move. Even if it means we miss the move, I'm going to wait and be patient here on Ulta. So the next one's Best Buy, guys. Ticker symbol BBY. Let me pull it up and see how this has been doing. Oh, it has not been doing well. Let's just put it that way. This was at $93 back in February. Now it's holding just above $70 by a thread. We're down about $23 or around 24%. So it looks like here on the yearly chart, maybe we're holding that uptrending channel, maybe on the 3-year chart. Yeah, we're kind of holding above that, but still, guys, we have a death cross. We're under the moving averages. This is not looking good at all on the 3-year chart for the bulls. Neither, it doesn't look that great on the 1-year chart either. We have a death cross on this time frame, and we're under both moving averages as well. So BBBY is on Thursday morning. Let me double check that. Actually, yep, Thursday morning, the 25th. So they're looking to do EPS of $1.12 on revenue of $9.53 billion, down 10.5%. You heard that right, 10.5% year over year. So yeah, they're going to be declining. And it's going to be interesting, guys. Again, a lot of these retail companies have been going all over the place, from Target to Home Depot. Now we have Best Buy, Ulta, Costco this week. You know, we have BJ's, Dick's Sporting Goods. It's going to be a big one. We also have Dollar Tree, which is looking to do pretty well on the revenue side of things. They're looking to do revenue of $7.28 billion, which would be up 18.5%. And EPS is projected to come in at $1.52. Not bad. And you guys can see on the charts here, we actually called this out a couple videos ago, but now it's starting to break out of 157. That was the high from back in the beginning of February, and that's a multi-month high here for Dollar Tree, right? We can see it's, it's trading in a wide open window now between roughly 157 to about 170. Now we're at 160. We did very well last week. So let's see if we continue making the move up towards the mid 160s, maybe 170, heck, maybe even higher. So it's going to be a big week, guys. I know this was a longer video and everybody's mind has been TikTokified, if you guys know what I mean. Everybody, maybe not everybody, but a lot of people can't even sit through a longer video these days. But hey, if you guys stuck till the end, you're awesome. Make sure to hit that like button. Feel free to subscribe. And don't forget to get up to 15 stocks from Moomoo or 12 stocks from Webull. Not even or, and you could do both. Once you guys open up an account with Moomoo, you get one free share of stock right off the bat. And if you fund your account with at least $100, you get 4 more stocks. And once you fund your account with at least $1,000, are you guys ready for this? You get 10 more stocks, totaling 15 free stocks. And if you deposit any amount of money onto Webull, you get up to 12 stocks from them. So yeah, get your free money. Of course, all those links help out the channel as well. And with that being said, guys, cheers. I'll catch you in the next video.